afternoon, people, and welcome back to Voldemort News. Today, November the 12th of 2010, two main news have been shocking all media sources. To begin with, the first news talks about China, and for this, Lena Diaz has all the information.
Thank you, Josie. I am now going to talk about China's economy and an article called A New Epic from The Economist. As we know, China is about to release their 12th five-year-old plan, but we still don't know if this will bring good or bad consequences. As we know, China's first five-year plan was formulated with the help of the Soviets, and it was a very big success. This plan is intending to bring an annual growth of 7.5% to the country, which is really good. This means that China's national income will become even bigger than its planner expected, but it will not be distributed as they would like. The party leaders are promised to give more of the pie to the wage earners, which would increase the harmonious labor relations. This plan will also promote a consumption that has been a goal of China's leaders since 2004, which has resulted in a share of GDP. As we know, the GDP has decreased since 2007 in a very dramatic way, so China wants to bring up the GDP. As we know, heavy industries supported in the first five-year plan still have privileges, so this plan is very convenient for big enterprises. As we know, these enterprises are dominated by state-owned enterprises, and they enjoy cheap loans and energy. Their weight in China's economy almost tripled down from the years of 2003 and 2008. This is 3 times bigger than before. And because heavy industry is expensive, it creates few jobs and more wages, which could decrease the GDP in China. They also jeopardize China's environmental worries. So there is two sides here. If we want to bring up the GDP, maybe we can bring up more wages, which could result in negative results. But maybe this plan could turn around away for Chinese. Back to you, Josie.
Thank you, Diana, for your investigation and your contribution about the news. Now, we're going with Alejandra Teixeira and Ruben for a very important news that talks about India.
Yes, here we're gonna talk about the American interest to negotiate with India. This news begins since 2008 when the now President of America, Barack Obama, went to India and saw a great opportunity for investments. Having the intention to negotiate with India as fast as he could because he saw a very big potential, this leading to current situation. Maybe 20 years ago, some of India's most important companies weren't known or didn't even exist. However, now they're gaining power and they are looking to compete with the already established American companies. It is good for India that their competitiveness increases because it will allow its companies to find a new opportunity in a wider market.
For Americans, it is also important to settle in India, so this Asian country will not have such a fast expansion. For example, IBM employs more people in India than that in the United States. One thing to consider for Americans is that the intellectual people have been moving from the United States into India, thus leaving their knowledge over there. Another thing that the Americans fear is the fact that many Indians now working for the United States are returning to their homeland. It looks like the Americans were not aware of all the changes that would happen in India during these last years. What is important now, including for the President of the United States, is that they have to educate and raise very good their future American citizens, like other countries in Asia, for example, China and India are also doing it. Thank you, and back to you, Jessie.
Thank you, Ruben and Alejandra, for your information. Now, we're moving on to a group discussion that will talk about and debate about what has been happening in India and China for the last 4 months. We're going with you guys.
Hi, this is our last video and we want to give a feedback about all the semester.
We learned a lot about China's economy and India's economy, and we are sure that India is becoming a fast-growing country, and it will result in very good and positive results.
At the beginning, we weren't really sure about how we should make the videos, but as we advanced through the semester, we learned that India and China are really developing, and we have learned the way they are doing this. They are now planning to become a more open countries, and to do this, they have to go through very important social, economic, and political problems.
In the way that we recorded each video, well, as you can see, we have made a lot of progress. The first time that we recorded the video, we weren't sure about how to make them and the articles that the way they should present them and what we should say. But with the time, we started doing them in a better way.
I really feel that I've learned a lot about the world relations, and this has helped us a lot to be more interested in the world that surrounds us.
Your class, Escenarios Regionales, also helped us to understand many things that we saw. It helped us to really comprehend the things that were happening, and it made us be able to reflect upon what we were reading. It is very interesting to have a way of learning things that is interactive, like making videos.
And we could also participate a bit more in each classes with you. And when we always got together, the team got along really well, and we were always looking forward to recording the videos because it was fun, and we spent good quality time with each member of the team.
Thank you.
So we
Yeah.
want to thank you, Maestro John. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for your debate discussion. Well, now to make a brief conclusion about what you talk about, China has to mix its economic power with a democratic republic in order to have or to be more powerful as they have been. And India has to fight terrorists and poverty in order to be the nation that we all hope to be, that will be in 10 or 20 years. So, this is the end of Voldemort News, and we hope people that you had enjoyed this program. We'll see you the next January of 2011. Bye!